That's ISO. Rack it up. I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up. She got her hands on her knees and she.
Ladies, gentlemen, everything outside and everything in between. Welcome to the 9th edition of the Black Men Discuss podcast. I am one half of your host, JaVae Graham, and to my left is
Ronell Rashid. What's going on, y'all? I'm back in business, back to be doing this again. Good to see you, brother.
See you, brother.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Hey, man. I'm hanging on by a thread, bro.
Yeah.
Work has been kicking my ass.
Dog.
First and foremost.
Dog.
Like, I feel like John Henry.
Henry.
Like, yeah, I'm going above and beyond, bro. I'm beat. I'm battered. I'm tired.
I feel you.
TIDE.
Nigga, I almost cried this morning waking up about to go to work.
Oh, man.
I almost came to fucking tears.
Huh.
But I'm happy today. You want to know why?
Why?
Because we have some lovely people with us in here.
God damn it.
Give them a round of applause. Give them a round
Ladies
of
and
applause.
gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves because they grown. They don't need us to speak for them. So let's go ahead and start right here.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Big Sag.
Big Sag energy.
Sad.
My name's Shady. I'm 1/4 host of the Really Honest podcast.
Let's go.
And she said Big Sag energy.
Let's go. Huh?
And I'm Suki. I'm one half of another Black podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. This is dope as shit.
We have another special guest here. She's not a part of the podcast, but she's joining us today to offer her unique perspectives and opinions and so forth. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Today.
Adeena.
Glad to be here and looking forward to seeing you.
Adeena No Howard.
Yeah. Goddamn Sagittarius.
There you go, man. There you go. There you go, man.
So how's everybody been? You know, I was talking with someone earlier, right? And we were talking about like how everybody's just changed and become like nastier after COVID.
You know?
No, they went back to normal.
They went back
Yeah,
to
they
normal.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mask came
You think
off.
think everybody was just? You think everybody?
We knew that. We thought at one point the world was going to end, so we started being nice.
Pulling out all the
Shit.
stops.
Yeah.
Right. It was
Yeah.
like, let me call and make amends.
The mask
Yeah.
came off
I wasn't doing
figuratively
it.
and
And then it was
literally.
like, oh, we back outside?
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah. If I called you during COVID, I ain't calling you now.
Nah,
Yeah.
Fuck
the
that.
hell with you.
That's because that was like high sneaky link culture. Like you,
Woo. Yeah.
and depending on who you live with, if they was like real germaphobe, you had to sneak niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
now I gotta be outside and don't act like you know me. Don't act like you know me, because we ain't friends.
At
Nah,
all.
for real. Yeah. How about you, man? How you been?
I've been feeling
How the
amazing. I just got back from vacation.
Oh yeah, tell us about.
I went out to the West Coast. I climbed some fucking mountains.
Hey.
some real hippie shit,
I drank every day. I smoked a bunch of weed.
like vacation.
Cali weed hit different.
Yes, it
Yes.
does. Yes, it do. I wasn't in Cali.
Oh.
I was in Washington.
Beside note, Cali
Yeah.
weed does hit different.
It does hit
My
different.
girlfriend
Yes.
brought me back some. Oh
It's-
my
it's
god,
different.
man.
Yeah. But no, it was really nice. I got to see like a stone beach for the first time.
Nice.
A lot of mountains, and it wasn't as hot as here. It was like 70 degrees.
I seen
Because
something.
it rain all the time in Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you near Forks?
No, I was in, what is that shit called? Bellingham.
Okay.
Bellingham is closer to Canada. It's really fucking
I
nice.
seen some of them stories. I seen that waterfall you posted. I said, damn, that looks serene as hell.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm on vacation in a place like that, I'm like, if I'm lit, I'm like, I could die here.
Yeah, that'll be okay.
It's fine.
You
Yeah.
be okay.
It'd be all right.
Absolutely.
I
Like
went
with-
to Seattle this year, a couple months ago.
Yeah. Seattle's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seattle's
Do you find the people to be nice?
I find West Coasters in general to be a little less salty than East Coasters are. East Coasters are very salty people.
Man, you know who else is a salty person?
Who?
Kiki Palmer's
Kiki
Boyfriend.
Palmer.
what should we call him, y'all?
He's her boyfriend.
Her house
Baby
husband.
daddy.
A house
House
husband.
bae.
House bae. House bae.
House husband.
That's one salty nigga, man.
He is salty. Tell him why he's salty.
He making us light skinned niggas look bad now.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
terrible.
that for him.
Tell everyone why this
You know.
nigga's salty. Why is he salty?
Man, y'all. Okay. So Kiki Palmer decided to go to a Usher concert, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Do your thing. I guess these two never saw each other before she left out for the concert because
Cap.
sarcasm, cap, all that shit.
I'm gonna pull up the article now.
But she wore like a see-through, like I don't know what you would call it, a see-through,
like a fishnet type.
Yeah.
I thought she looked really nice.
I thought she did too.
I didn't think that was inappropriate.
Apparently, her housemaid thought that was very.
Her housemaid thought.
Hear me out.
And
He posted her before she left.
Oh man.
He did? That part I didn't know. I didn't know that part.
He posted her on his story before she left the house.
So he was reneging basically.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out.
Was he reneging because of Usher? He was reneging because of Usher.
With her going out with the girls.
But I already said that was the problem.
Usher was singing to her coochie and he ain't like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Go ahead. What?
A nigga like Usher come and grab your girl, start singing to her coochie. I'm gonna feel some type of way too.
I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
I wouldn't be bothered because it's Usher being Usher. Like it's
a part of the show.
It's a. You know how many women he's done this, and then Keke Palmer gets on stage. He's going to choose Keke Palmer to do
Palmer's
that.
old enough to be his damn child, so he is, and almost, and not also to
Maybe a
think about
little
it.
sister.
If you pay, say $1,000 for them seats, I want to be fucking entertained.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want him to skate through the audience like I be seeing on Instagram. I want all my $1,000. I don't care if I'm rich or whatever. Like however we consider Keke Palmer.
Every
for
penny worth.
$1,000, I want to be fucking entertained.
So Shady, what you just revealed actually kind of makes the article I'm about to read kind of pointless because I didn't know the nigga posted the shit on this shit.
He's posted her in her bra and underwear before too.
Her one statement post incident was, if we live together, if y'all think he didn't see my outfit when I got dressed and smacked me on the ass on the way out, y'all are delusional.
Shit was cat.
It was cat. The outfit was never the problem.
It was
So y'all think it was a product of insecurity?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Listen, as a fellow light-skinned man, this man, his light-skinned emotions took over, and he ain't like that she got all that fucking attention from not only Usher, but on Instagram, because the baby did Keke right.
I ain't gonna lie.
The
I ain't
baby
gonna lie.
did Keke right.
I can't hold Keke Palmer been like she
been looking good.
She fine.
That baby, he should
She
be
fine
happy.
as shit. Yeah.
That baby, and then you figure you also
like
if you know little Keke Palmer now, grown ass Keke Palmer with
This ain't a killer in the beat.
That baby did her right, and it did something. And not even just looks alone. It did something for her energy, her confidence, herself, and how she come outside.
It's a different glow you got when you're pregnant, and then it puts a whole nother level.
So, motherfucker, you should be celebrating that everybody wants your bitch. If you are that confident in your relationship, everybody gawking over her, and she go home to you.
Yeah.
A real nigga gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna get my money's worth.
So everybody knows who this man is, like who his brother is, right?
Who's his brother?
Nah,
King
I don't know
Light-Skinned
shit about it.
The gentleman that was on Insecure that had the open
that played
relationship.
Dro, right?
Dre.
The
his
tall
baby
one,
brother.
the
light-skinned
one.
one.
Yes. Fine.
Wow.
And he's a serial cheater on TV.
Yeah.
all the time. So-
And in real life.
oh yeah,
Because
his
his baby mother is the bank teller that what's her name was Lawrence was messing with on that's his baby mom.
the more you know.
And the plot
the more
thickens.
you know.
I did not know. I knew his brother. I knew who his brother was. I definitely didn't know that was his baby mama.
Yeah.
I
So I think they're like Dominican and black or something like that, or they're Dominican something.
So if all of this is true, right?
You've been to Dykeman, you know what's up.
If all of this is true, right? The nigga knows the business in some way. He should know enough to know that Usher really don't want
his bitch.
Usher don't want his girl, though.
Usher has now transitioned to foreign and white women.
Yeah.
He's
on another level.
He's not thinking of.
She ain't his cup of tea no more.
Yeah.
And she'll look.
thinking
He's
about
not on no R. Kelly shit, so she's too young for him too.
Yeah.
I have an unpopular opinion about this though.
Go ahead.
go.
What is it?
I feel like this was a money grab, like a rollout, because then the merch came. Then she performed at Broccoli Fest.
Oh, and she has an album
And
coming.
yeah, and no shade, but we were never fucking listening to
Do you
her
think?
music.
Do you
And
think?
she never made any kind of comment afterwards.
So
Let me
y'all
ask you
think-
this.
She did
Let me
one.
ask you this. Do
It
you
was like a
think?
post and delete.
Do you think it was a rollout that he was involved in?
Absolutely,
Or do
because he does something with
either
media.
yeah, I think it's either he was a part of it or they capitalized on it.
Okay.
And I think after watching the show on well, it's no longer HBO Max, but Max Icon with The Weeknd.
you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And watching how like they do artist development and stuff like that and capitalize off like something that's a nasty little campaign against you.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, she has people on her team to flip that shit and like make it where we can
he
run
does
with
something
this.
with media.
Yeah.
That's his job. Like,
Right.
So
right,
he's
right.
contrary to what everybody feel like he just a broke nigga he does something within the industry. That's how they met.
Right.
So he's used to this shit. Like media, anything that's gonna make you go viral. Anything that's gonna have you trending.
And it's just like Suki said, nobody was listening to her music before.
And we
This
still
is-
ain't.
Nobody.
We still ain't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We here for the Instagram videos,
Here for that ass.
pictures, and we don't give a fuck about your music. Cause she was here last weekend, and I'm looking like, I don't need no nigga, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Damn, we didn't ask for that shit. Turn around.
I watched the Broccoli
Yeah,
Fest
right, yeah.
performance and I was like, this is cringe. Like,
Yeah.
That's not what we asking for.
Yeah.
And she's very talented, but that rap shit ain't for her.
She has a multitude of avenues of streaming money.
Right.
coming
And she
in,
just got a network,
which means
right?
Exactly. Which means that they wouldn't be surprised if you're capitalizing off of a situation like this, because why not?
And in the height of all the actors and writers are on strike, you gotta get some coins.
Gotta bring them
somewhere.
coins
Gotta
in.
get 'em-
Yeah.
Bring them coins
I
in.
hear that.
Hey, I heard on the radio, one of the writers for My Wife and Kids was able.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
I fucking hate that show because they changed the little light skinned baby so many times.
They pulled it on Viv several times.
The Aunt Viv, yeah, that's serious.
But
Nah.
nah,
Looking like, who the fuck is this?
this ain't the same, baby.
No.
But nah, she said she was able to live off of like the residuals she made off of that show all the way until like right now.
But you gotta also realize,
Like,
Wayne's was a part of that.
Yeah, and whatever contract, they don't
Yeah.
play that shit.
They don't play
Yeah.
that shit.
Mm-mm.
They keep it tight.
Yeah, they keep.
They probably still got in living color money.
Hell yeah.
shit, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So getting back to our original topic. What dude said on Twitter, I want to get into it.
Didn't he write like a whole
You're a
soliloquy?
mom.
He wrote a yeah.
You're a mom.
He says, "This is my family and my representation.
Girl.
I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case.
Boy, fuck you.
Right.
Hold on.
We live in hold on, let me finish. We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and gets told how much of a hater he is. I'm sorry. This is my family and my representation. Da 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 da. Nigga. It's the outfit though. You a mom. That's what he said.
Captain Crunch.
You're damn wrong.
Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Captain Crunch. Cause hear me out.
So
There was nothing wrong with the outfit.
No.
It was nothing wrong
And if
with
it was something wrong with the outfit,
Why
in
didn't
your
you say
opinion,
anything?
why you ain't say shit in the bathroom?
Well, here's the question that I want to ask. Right? If this is all like a rollout, like a marketing scheme or whatever, right? I think this is just as bad for a fucking child.
Well, yeah, because your kids can go back.
Yeah, it's still, you know what I'm saying?
And then you done tweaked into that single mama. Like,
Yeah.
What the hell you mean she a mom?
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck you mean she can't wear what the fuck she want?
This is just as bad, and this isn't even something that is just like Keke Palmer and her man. Like this is like that. This is the world that they live in. Like celebrities do this shit all the time with their children.
Mm-hmm.
Looking
And
at
I
you,
feel-
Kim K.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But she don't catch that heat, though.
Dang.
No, she's
Nobody talking
I
about that,
wonder
huh?
why.
No.
Oh.
Did she
Well,
ever?
nobody's gonna talk about it because her husband is louder. You know what I'm saying?
George
Like,
Bush does not care about black people.
Excellent. She gotta be quiet because that man's been loud.
yeah,
Very.
her husband's louder, so everybody wanted to pay attention to what he was saying and weren't
That man's
necessarily-
married again.
Yeah.
He's married again.
Yeah.
Ex-husband.
Yeah.
That man's married to a white woman now.
Right.
I feel like people miss like the deeper like if it's like what you say, like I feel like even smart people are missing like, yo, this is still bad for the child. Either way you spin it, if it's a marketing scheme, he's going to see this like that this happened before.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
No,
It's
and
a money
that's sad.
grab.
Because they feel
Yeah.
like he's 3 months old, 3-4 months old. They like,
They're not even thinking about that. People don't care about family or what affects the people, the trickle effect that it has on the unit as a whole.
Because having a successful family is not, it's not trending to have a successful family.
People have become dehumanized to everything.
But you would imagine is for an American culture that has now become so fake, like so fake deep, so fake sensitive, right? You would imagine that there was somebody who would realize this and put it out there that all of this shit is bad.
But the key word that you just used was fake.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Fake energy moves.
People have a lot of fake outrage for shit that is really not valid.
Yeah.
In a situation where this outfit thing comes into play, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Like, if you see the person when they leaving the house, you know, and necessarily for me, there's really no way that I probably am going to change. You probably just going to have to be mad, like, when I leave. But why, like, the outfit piece of being a mom, you have posted this woman in her bra and underwear multiple times throughout her pregnancy and all of that. So what makes that different from this?
I think he's now realizing he with a bad bitch.
Oh, and it hurts.
You know, when you could tell when a motherfucker not used to being with a bad bitch or a bad bitch that we consider a bad bitch now. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's different when you know she's a bad bitch, but now everybody's paying attention to the fact that Kiki grew up, that glow hit different.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not little Kiki no more. It's like, damn, you seeing them comments, it hit his ego.
You gotta do something to poke your chest out a little bit. Let him know.
Poke your chest out, but again, it should have stayed in the fucking closet or the bathroom, wherever she got fucking dressed.
Here's my problem, right? I got multiple problems, actually. One, I'm pretty sure she dressed something like that before, you know, she went to the Usher con. You've seen her dress like this before at some point in y'all relationship.
Yeah.
So
y'all met at an industry party.
I'm pretty sure she wasn't dressed like a damn nut.
No.
So, you know, why choose her then if you're going to have a problem with the way she dresses and this isn't what you want?
Because love for a lot of people is deep rooted in your ego and not really because you love somebody. If you love people, love is not possession, right? So nobody belongs to you.
Right.
We just get the experience. So, and a part of being in the experience is like, you have to accept if your partner is lit.
Exactly.
You do, and allow them to grow and flow and be that, because I'm a champion, you know, if you lit, you lit. You can't deny that. But trying to make somebody be this big, if that's what you want, then you have to find somebody who's willing to be that big.
Right.
Then. Because there's somebody who is willing to diminish themselves so that you can flourish. If that's what you want.
She was already a big personality. So
she has a big...
She was already a big person. She was already lit. And that's just like anybody. If you date, as we say here, like a popular person, you gotta understand the fans gonna come. But in the back end, it's your person is the one that owes you the respect.
Right.
Us normal people or these people in these comments, we don't owe you a damn thing at all. So we can gawk at it whether we deem it appropriate or not. It's what they do in response to it. Is where the problem should go.
And if somebody is attractive, what can you do? Like, there's really nothing. I think everybody in this room is attractive. What can y'all do? Like, what could your partner really do? If somebody goes ahead and puts her eyes under your picture, right? And of course, you know, your lady sees that, it might be deemed to be disrespectful. Now, I feel like if you have come to the person and told them, like, yo, you got to kind of like chill out with that, and they continue that, now you're crossing a boundary. But if it's just somebody that's scrolling through and is like, oh, I got in trouble for a nigga putting fire emojis under my thing. I was like, bro, it's a picture with me and my mom. What the fuck are you talking about?
And it's fire.
You might think my mom is fire. It might not even be me.
But we also, we don't know what the context or the tone was, the truth.
Right.
Besides everything, there's the truth.
Right.
And people react off of his post, her post, and that's it. We don't really know the truth of what happened before she walked out that door. And what she was talking about, or the argument that they had, or the situation they were in, or whatever it is that they had going on. People only react to what they see. That's it.
And
it's very surface level. We don't know what's going on there.
To piggyback off of that, that's all social media is surface level shit. Like what people want you to see.
It's a highlight reel.
Exactly.
Tone versus perception. It's the same where I could say, like I just say, boy, fuck you, very jokingly. But I could say that via text, depending on who I'm talking to.
Right.
They can't even laugh and be like, girl, fuck you. Or they like, I'm saying fuck me for. Like, I thought we was cool. You know,
that's that thing. Text and email have no tone.
Yeah.
So it's left for interpretation. Like, you really don't know what somebody means behind it. I play a lot, so if I be like, get the fuck out of here, I'm not being disrespectful.
Right.
That's how I talk. That's how I talk.
That's the culture.
But also where we from, because we're from a different place. I think women where we're from, we a little bit more brash than like women below the Mason-Dixon line.
Exactly.
Right.
Because one of my coworkers had me fucked up via email, and I wanted to hit him with the my last email.
But you did.
I go to your desk.
Because he did
desk.
I was home, so he tried to do like an embarrassment thing in front of the region, right?
Right.
So I responded. So my manager calls me. He was like, "I've been reading the email for a very long time, so I can tell, like when basically somebody got you fucked up." Because I was like, one, he was all loud and wrong. Then you tried to embarrass me in front of the region. So let me bust your bubble.
So wait, he put a whole bunch of other people on the email?
He replied all. So now everybody in the
that's
region.
yeah,
so I'm looking, he was like, I'm just asking for clarification. I was like, well, if you checked the group chat room channel, you would see where I notified you that this was going to happen. And then it was crickets after that. But it was the way I said it. It's like, bro, you got me fucked up. If I was in the motherfucking office, I'm coming to you. Because you could have addressed me direct. You have my number. You ain't even had to.
Some shit don't require.
Yeah, you didn't have to email me.
Courtesy.
You ain't had to instant message me. You could have just called me. Like, yo, Shady, this happened and you ain't let a nigga know you was popping up to do some tests. And we could have we have a dialogue where you could have communicated. But since you wanted to reply, I have time today. I was the day before vacation, so at that point you don't give a fuck about nothing.
Where was you going? Where were you going?
I was just being off. Like,
you just gonna be on it. I've done that before.
Yeah, I was supposed to go out of town, but our group trip got canceled because one of our group members had to have surgery. So I just was like, normal people, I'm taking my days. I ain't coming to fucking here. See y'all next week. So I'm already at that point, like vacation. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I did this bullshit next week when I come back. So
I won't even deal with it then.
I still ain't. By that point, but I responded because I had fucking time.
Is this person a clear person?
It's 8.5 by 11. Yes,
okay. I love that we understood. Okay.
So just bringing it back a little bit. So I brought up what it is we pass on to our children for a reason.
This is about to be good. This is about to be good. Let's take a shot.
Take your time, Pastor.
Come on.
Get the sermon ready.
Sweat.
You need a towel. Get
the sermon ready.
Okay, babe. Let's get it.
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't take a shot though yet, Pastor.
The other day, I did. I crushed this shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Can I get some more, Lee?
Hey, take that cup.
Get it out of here.
No. The other day, no, actually it wasn't the other. It was a few months ago. I take the metro to work. I ride the red line all the way to Metro Center from Fort Totten. For those of you who are watching from DC, there was this kid. He was probably he could have been 11 years old. I'm walking up the stairs, I have my briefcase with me, so forth.
I'm sorry. Childish. I'm sorry.
So going up the stairs, the escalator, and this little bastard, he's like it's like, get the fuck out my way.
Hey, yo.
He said it to you?
Yeah, to me.
Got me fucked up.
And like, you know how like when you ready to like do harm to somebody, right? And like the power, it well up in your chest, right?
I feel like all the blood starting to
because he was talking to me like he was a grown fucking man.
He said he was how old apparently? Like 11?
Probably 11.
He might take the trash out at home. It hit different.
Yeah,
he might got the ball spot up here.
That's true. Yeah, he's like 11, 12 years old. I have never wanted to throw a nigga on the train tracks more than I want to throw this little nigga on.
Hey, yeah.
I wanted to beat him like Batman and just throw him on the train. But like, I stopped myself.
Was you moving at a glacial pace or something? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Huh?
Like, what?
You wasn't moving
like, was you not moving fast enough, fam?
What do you mean?
I'm saying,
like
for him to tell you to get the fuck out. Like, where did that come from?
I wasn't moving slow. He was just moving fast.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So
he was casually
depending on how you look at it,
and I guess he wanted to run.
I'm not on a rush. I'm one of them niggas. I wake up early. I take a shower.
So you take your time.
I wash my balls.
So you were going slow, basically, and he said, "Get the fuck out the way," like New York style.
No, I don't
like that.
No, I don't give a fuck what style it is. You watch how you talk. Yeah, you watch how you talk to me.
There's no respect with these kids anyway.
I don't care if it's. I don't
You don't
care
get
if
enough ass whoopings. Bring back ass.
Right.
I don't care if it's Madagascar style or fucking Siberian style. Fuck you. Don't talk to me like that. In any case, he's 11 years old, so I don't throw him on the train tracks.
You probably look like a square, so he probably felt like he could buck and you wasn't going to do shit because you was dressed for work.
I was dressed
with the briefcase.
Yeah, with the briefcase.
And
let the professional where it fool you how fuck you are.
I had my
these wide leg pants get busy.
I had my AirPods and I was freshly shaven.
Who the fuck this nigga think he is?
with his little briefcase.
This nigga going to work.
Responsible ass nigga.
This ain't Townsville, nigga. So anyway, I got to thinking like you said, Suki, you said at home he's probably the one taking the trash out. He's probably he's probably fucked up at home, right?
In the Spanish culture, they call that machismo. Like you the man of the house.
Yeah, you the man of the house. Yeah, so I get it, and I think he was with his little brother too.
Oh yeah, he the man.
Yeah. So I got to thinking.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
What I don't. But what values are we actually
instilling
in our children?
None.
Like that.
None.
I'll list them for you.
Not with 2010 and up. Or
I'll list.
You have a list?
Yeah.
Please.
Real ass bitch. Give a fuck about it.
I thought she was gonna give me
my pussy pink and my booty held brown. That's it. And walking into school with a middle finger up. No value. Period.
Every picture, I have to tell the kids, can you not? Can you not do that? I don't like
this
that.
shit.
Bring it down. Bring it back down.
Come on, miss.
I don't know if y'all realize how much this shit scared me though.
Do you have children?
No. I'm trying not to.
If you gotta shoot out the club, I say have a session with yourself before you pull up on a broad you think better.
That's words of wisdom.
No. I've heard that before. Yeah, like beat off and then
Yeah, you think different.
Yeah, you think different.
He's pretty responsible.
I think women should do the same thing. If I don't want to give up nothing, I just wear the ugliest underwear that's in my drawers. I don't want to tell you. The biggest panties that I got.
I don't think they give a fuck.
But
that nigga want that ass, he gonna get that.
Sometimes, yeah.
Give me them bed sheets.
Yeah, I've gone through some ugly draws before. I don't even give a fuck.
We're going to tuck those to the side. We ain't got to look at them. We ain't got to look at them.
Yeah, turn around, Granny. Anyway.
I'm getting a guilt category now.
Yo, recent history shows.
But getting back to it, y'all funny as shit. But getting back to it, this shit scares the shit out of me because I'm like in my 30s now. I'm 32. Damn. Time is flying, G.
We ain't saying nothing on this side of the couch.
Yeah.
Time time is flying, G, and these little niggas ain't got it. Though.
It hit me like that.
It's like that shit's scary.
So do you
definitely
feel like outside of the, like she said, we're pushing the real ass bitch, give a fuck about the nigga culture, the city girl culture, the also lack of prominent male figures plays a factor in our kids because. When we were coming up, we had uncles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you didn't have a dad, you had father figures.
I had uncles.
Right.
You had uncle. Right. You might have had your granddad. You had somebody to instill some violence.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. You got somebody gonna whip your ass, whether it's your granny. I have a neighborhood auntie that worked at my school. Mm-hmm. So when I got in trouble, they called my mama. Mm-hmm. They sent me down the hall to her. Mm-hmm. And then she called my mom. So now you're getting two ass whippings. One from auntie. and one from your mom when she get off work.
But see, you can't do that no more. Now everybody better not touch my kids. Better not touch my kids.
And I think that's a problem too, because that we've lost the whole "it takes a village" shit.
Listen, we on that gentle parenting shit.
Fuck that.
Exactly.
I have a teenager. Ain't nothing gentle about me telling you I don't care how big you sprout up. I'll still slap the shit out of you if I need to.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're getting disrespectful, I literally had this conversation with someone about their teenage son. He went on a hunger strike.
Yeah, what?
She took his cell phone.
My ass would have just been hungry.
She took his cell phone, so she come from our era. Oh, you don't want to eat?
All right.
You're going to starve tonight.
You're going to starve
Good night. Have a glass of water. Go to bed.
Drink your fucking spit.
Chew on these ice cubes.
Yeah, drink your fucking spit. Go to bed. Like, because she took his cell phone and, it was...
Oh, man.
You want to be Oliver Twist, dude.
You ain't got your video game now. You ain't
Don't
got
know
your
what
laptop.
to do with yourself.
So he like, I'm just not hungry because he ain't get his way. I was like... I tried, to be the voice of reason for about 30 seconds until she kept explaining to me. I was like, oh, fuck him. You hungry today? I bet you won't fucking I won't offer again either, motherfucker.
I think that, so I work with high school. I work with grades 9 through 12.
Right.
And prior to that, I worked with grades 6 through 12.
Okay.
Right.
And then I also have some kids who are in like the post-secondary part of their life, like in college and things like that as well. One of the things that I'm noticing is that culturally, we don't talk about money. That's a big thing. And I think even in our culture growing up, because I'm 37, so when, my daddy was like the dad off Everybody Hates Chris. Like, you want to know how much everything costs.
Yeah, everybody got that.
Right. Like, you want, right. So it's like, and my grandmother, because she was first generation immigrant to this country, like, we were taught to be thankful for the things that we have.
From where, might I add?
My grandmother is German, and my grandfather is black. He's from Harlem. So they met, and then she came here, so...
That's dope.
Yeah. Wasn't on Hinge, but But yeah, so I think that having that perspective, you don't ever know when you're going to get something again. You need to be appreciative of it. Yeah. Understanding how much your parents worked their ass off for the things that you had. I literally cussed out a group of 6th to 8th graders today at a museum because their attitude was very entitled. Mm-hmm. I'm bored. I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to, when I was like in 6th to 8th grade going to the museum, nigga, that shit was lit.
First of all, we love field trip day. You
right.
Fuck out of
and the bigger thing to me, I went in though today. I was like, your parents don't pay anything for y'all to be here. Right. It's the camp is free.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The trip comes from grant money. That's money from the government. Like, I went in today. I was like, so I think we need to change our attitudes and how we're showing up.
Were you working with nonprofit organizations?
Yeah, I work at a nonprofit.
Which one?
I work for, I guess I could tell it now, I'm on TV, but I work for a place, it's called Baltimore Squash Wise. So we teach kids to play the sport of squash, and then we also help them with their academic endeavors as well. Okay. So squash is typically a rich white elite sport. It's not a sport that's often introduced to people of color, but a lot of our kids, they travel, they play multiple sports too. They sometimes play squash in the off season of whatever else they play to keep themselves in shape.
Right.
And the ones that are really kind of sticking to squash itself, they are dominating in the sport. So to see black kids walk into a white space and kind of kill these white kids, most of my kids are all averaging a 3.0 or better. My 9th through 12th graders, because I'm on them.
Right.
And things that students have told me, they be like, yo, you be on me more than my parents do.
Exactly.
Right.
Sometimes you need somebody that cares, because a lot
that's all it is. Yeah.
Have nothing. Let me take you to the gutter real quick.
Okay. Let's go.
We're talking about Gen Zers and how the parents are these days. My coworker talks about the baby mama drama she goes through. This woman is in her early 20s, probably like 21, 22. She's pregnant now. But when a dude comes over, she has her 6-year-old child sleep on the floor in the same bed.
Whoa.
And she just wants to stay home, stay on her iPad, no responsibilities. And she, for the life of her, makes it difficult as hell for my coworker's husband to get his child, who he has a room for, by herself, own room, everything. But instead, no, you can't have her. She's staying here to sleep.
Yeah, that's definitely.
But we're talking about early 20s, millennial now, raising a child that's like 6 years old now, and she's sleeping on the floor when a nigga comes over. Like,
I have a question for that, and this is for everybody in the room, even you, Leon. Where did we fuck up?
I think I think I now understand when my grandparents were like, our babies are raising babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Except for with our generation that may have had kids, the internet is raising our kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're portraying as we're too busy to be hands-on with our children.
I just want to say something to what you just said, because I agree. I'm not one of those people who who looks at a problem and I don't like just have a solution for it, right? I feel like a lot of the time we talk about how our kids are being raised by the internet, all of these things that these corporations are doing to keep our kids addicted to this thing, right? How come there's never any movement? Is it also because we're addicted?
I don't think that it has to be that. I don't think that. I think,
but is it?
You can't control what's being pushed out. Like
no, you can't. But you can refuse to consume it.
Well, but that's where parenting comes in. Like, being a parent is being active. The reason why at this age I refuse to be a mom is because my mom had me at 15, my dad was 17, right? There was no way statistically proven that I'm supposed to be where I am right now. Like, all of my mother's children, we all have degrees. My siblings are doing exceptionally well. They have their own places. Like, we're okay. And I don't think a degree indicates that you're doing well. I just want to put that out there. That's not that. No, but I'm saying, like, all of us, we beat the odds because even our own family members talk down about what our futures would be behind closed doors or behind our backs as well. But one thing that I could say for my mom, where I was like, damn, I don't know if I could be a parent, the level of investment that she had in her children was unreal. Yep. That my mom worked multiple jobs. She went to school. You know, we often sometimes maybe didn't have certain, I mean, I remember we called it soup summer, where it was like, damn, we eat a lot of fucking soup. Like, we didn't know as kids that we fucked up financially, you know what I mean? But we understood mommy gotta go to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest, so I knew what my responsibility was as a sibling. And it fucked with me sometimes because I want to go outside, I want to do other things. But in retrospect, when I got to college and I saw people didn't know how to wash their clothes, people didn't know how to clean their room, they didn't know how to just even manage their time or themselves. A lot of things that our parents do for us, we don't realize that they're setting ourselves up to be functioning adults. And a lot of parents, without a lack of guidance, because some of these motherfuckers don't even got guidance for themselves.
Absolutely.
So if I can't even guide myself, what can I give to you? People preach generational curses. We got to break that. And I just told a friend of mine who is, pregnant now, I said, you bringing a baby into a fucked up situation. I said, so you keep preaching this on Instagram, you want to break generational curse. It starts actually with you and your partner before you bring this baby earthside.
Because we're still bringing children into mess. It's like, even in the city of Baltimore, like growing up here, we could go outside. You could go to your neighbor's house and auntie gonna make sure you're safe.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do that. Nope. So it's like a gift and a curse with the internet raising your kids, because we don't even want our kids to go outside. They can't go play in the playground and it be safe and they come back home.
Right.
They can't go to school, and we know they coming back home at 3:30 p.m.
And people can't say anything to them.
You can't say anything.
Keep track of their kids. Yeah. Nobody cares. Let me tell you, I didn't have my first child and my one and only child until I was 30. I'm 35 now. She's 5. When I tell you I hawked this child, like, it only takes that one look for her to understand. But these kids, you see these videos where people think it's cute, where these kids are singing the Pound Town type songs and they're 5, 6 years old.
She was at a high school.
But nobody cares. They don't care. They think it's cute.
She walked in sticking up her middle finger at a high school.
And her mom thinks it's cute. And their mom thinks it's cute. Like, nobody is.
I even try to, like, even having a teenager now, and I try to be more mindful. Like, if I don't, what we would deem like our bad habits, I don't do around her.
Right.
Like, I still try to, like, monitor the type of music that is played, like, when she's in my car.
Right.
And just because I can only control what I can control.
Yep.
Yeah.
What her other parent does, what she does in her own time. Like, I understand that she's exposed to different. She's in high school.
Yeah.
We're exposed. I can't say I was innocent at 16 either. But I can only control what I can control with your life.
Right.
And then she'll like, I guess I'm the more stricter parent. And it's like, I'll hawk her and she'll be like, and then I'll look at her, how she responds to her other parent, and I'm like, what the fuck is you doing?
Yo,
kids like structure.
Yeah. Let me, and I got a lot to say about that, actually, which I'm sure these two right here could attest to. I have a daughter who will be 9 in November. I'm also expecting a baby boy probably in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
But
let's go.
My daughter lacks structure when she's with her mother, right? So it's like a battle I'm facing now, trying to get her used to structure. And with the whole kids raising the internet thing, right? Like she has a tablet here.
Is it a kid's tablet, or is it functioning as like it could be
like
functional for an adult?
Yeah.
It can be, but I have it locked into kids mode.
Okay.
And so it has a kids mode, and in order to exit that, you got to get a password, which she doesn't know.
Okay.
So, with that being said, looking back at how I was raising her in her younger years, I was never like too lax, but I wasn't too strict. I was somewhere in the middle. I didn't have to do too much to discipline her or nothing like that. She was not that type of, she wasn't that type of kid. Mm-hmm. All I got to do is do that, hey, and she straightened up. Mm-hmm. But I think where I fucked up was, and this might not even be a fuck up, this just might be a slip up on my behalf. I don't think I monitored her enough on the tablet. Because she saw some things.
It's wild as fuck. I'm gonna tell you that.
She saw some things through YouTube.
And they hide it in kids' content.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Absolutely. I've been
Hawkeye. Let me put a devil's advocate on stuff. Now that we're adults. We grew up in the Disney era.
Right.
They did the same thing.
Have you watched Disney movies?
Everything.
Yeah.
Racist, sexist.
Yeah,
it's all problematic.
I was just telling somebody about it. I think it was about Rapunzel. Like, it was a random, I was like, Rapunzel. I was like, Rapunzel was only like 14, right?
Even in
and that
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas
she was a teenager.
Yeah.
That's a 30-year-old man courting her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it was easier disclosed when we were younger than it is now. Now it's so
pretty blatant.
It's very blatant. And
Roblox and people cursing, all the rest of that
but
stuff. Having access to
kids be cussing me out on Call of Duty, so I know.
It ain't real until you've been called a nigga on the Xbox by a white boy in Nebraska.
Hey,
your mother still pay for your internet. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn it. But no, that goes back to this thing, right? With this Keke Palmer incident. I've seen where some men feel like her attire that night was similar to a movie being spoiled, right?
Okay.
Because she's revealing everything she has underneath what she was, dressed
What is
in.
the difference if you're at a beach?
Why buy the beef if I can have the cow?
Here's the thing. They say, here's the thing.
No, it's the old people.
That is the old people. Yeah,
I hear
that's
you,
very real.
But here's the counter argument to that from what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time and place to be dressed like that.
No,
so
I feel like that should have been the time and place at home to address it.
That too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That too.
Yes.
I don't.
That too.
Because I didn't know about that earlier. When you told me about that, I'm like, okay.
I don't agree with social media being the avenue to express your woes.
No.
It's your romantic relationships or with your friends. I think Monica said it best. You don't have a problem with me if you have my number.
Mm-hmm. My dad used to say that. If you don't tell me we got the problem, ain't no problem.
And honestly, that I'm sorry. You want to go? Go ahead. Go.
Yes. Real quick. I don't know if there's a difference between you being a public figure versus just an everyday average Joe. I'm married, and I take my husband's perspective into account. I respect my husband, and therefore, if he feels disrespected in a way, I present myself in a certain way anyway in public. So I'm not going to dress like that.
Right.
That's just my prerogative.
Right.
However, I don't judge how you live. That's your life, whatever it may be. However, it's not going on social media, one. And then two, when my husband has an issue with something, it's addressed before I even walk out the
room. Yeah.
So
but a key thing that you said, right, is that you take your husband's opinion into account, right? I think a lot of us get connected with people, whether you date men, whether you date women, whatever your preference is. We are dating people who can't lead us, right? So if you're connecting with a person, so for instance, I was dating a man that I felt like he was better at money than me, right? In managing it.
Right.
There were in my friend group, oh girl, I wouldn't tell no nigga how much I make. All of that. I'm like, whoa, hold up. That's his strength.
Right.
So when he's speaking to me, when he's speaking to me about what goals we're trying to reach or what we're doing, if I'm saying I can't link with y'all to go get drinks because that's outside of the goal that is set, this man is not controlling me. This is something that we set together.
If he didn't care about you, he wouldn't say shit.
I think the difference is.
So can I play a devil's advocate too?
Go ahead.
One moment. And we'll get to that because I love devil's advocate. I was just talking about that in the parking lot. I love devil's advocate. All right. but look. And to piggyback off of what y'all was saying, it actually falls into what I was saying earlier. What values are we teaching, right? Because the values that we hold now as 30-somethings in this room, right? Varying ranges, but 30-something, right? We will all instill with a certain set of values. I can see it in everybody here. Ain't nobody here stupid or nothing, right?
I don't think we're teaching our kids first up, like as she said, financial literacy.
Yeah.
I don't think we're teaching our sons and daughters to respect themselves and respect elders.
That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to that. Like
there's no respect for adults.
Yeah, like the concept of respect on.
Even you know what I'm saying? Like a sailor, but when I go to my grandmother's house, she's a Bible and I still I have to pull back and yes, I'm grown, but that's still my grandmother, 90 years old, and will still hit you with that cane and play with her.
But you see what's online now when you see these memes that people don't feel like they need to have respect for anybody.
And like, that I can't.
But it's different for a kiki, right? Like if we're joking, you know what I'm saying? Right. Cool, I get it, because I find that shit to be funny too. We'll be like, get your old ass out of here.
Yes.
However, that I'm not implementing that in my real life.
Exactly.
And so even today, when I told my kids when they got on the bus, I said, this woman is an elder, right? She's a black woman, particularly. Not saying that the clear people don't count, but if you're a black woman, you are the most high. If that was an older black man, same thing. He's an elder. When y'all get on this bus, y'all say good morning, how y'all doing? And they was looking at me like, the fuck?
See,
but I said,
differentiate real life from social media.
Right.
These kids can't.
But there's no guidance.
We're not guiding.
They're taking it clear.
Yeah, but there's no guidance. Exactly. I was an avid